Fourscore and 100 years ago, Brian brought forth upon this continent a new show dedicated to entertainment news and the proposition that all actors are created equal.
With popcorn and snickety snacks for all.
Peppy, take this seriously. Do you know what today is?
Yeah, player, it's President's Day. So present me with some snickety snacks. My blood sugar level is low.
No, fool, it's our 300th episode.
Damn, GR, 300 already? Does that mean I get a raise? Cause the Pep Star has standards, son.
Says that rat with no hair.
Don't make me come up there and slap that wig off your face, thirsty daddy.
I'd like to see you try, you little shit.
What's that?
Ow! You bit my ankle, you little twerp.
I'll bite your ankles all day, thirsty daddy, and ain't shit you can do about it.
Oh, come on, we're about to go live. GR, what are you wearing?
It's President's Day, dude, hence the outfit.
Well, can you give me a treat? GR's being stingy. Yeah, you are. You are, GR.
Peppy, you had a treat like 5 minutes ago, but you know what? Okay, once we go live, you get in that chair, I'll give you a treat, guys. Let's wrap this up, okay? Episode 300. Here we go, guys. Let's make some magic. Here we go. Let's go. I'll meet you in the studio.
Where'd you buy that shit at? Costco?
Mm-hmm. No, where was I? Oh, yeah. Brian brought forth upon YouTube a new show where entertainers can openly and freely discuss their most intimate thoughts about Hollywood.
GR, you look damn ridiculous in that.
Shut up, Peppy.
Everybody, welcome back to Kruse Control. It is Monday. I can't believe we say it's Monday afternoon, everybody. February 17th, 2025. Welcome to Kruse Control, the home of entertainment news. I am your host, as always, Brian Kruse, everybody. Welcome back. We're having a fantastic day because it's episode 300. 300, guys. Can you believe it? I can't believe it's been 2 years going strong. We're in our third season. We're so excited. I'm excited about tonight, guys. Or today. It's so weird. I got to get used to saying today, guys. I got to say it today. We're having a fantastic time. Got a special guest, too. Happy to have you here, as always. And, of course, he's here, guys. Our technical director himself. He's dressed up, guys, for getting President's Day. The Thirsty Daddy, GR Waters, guys. How you doing, GR?
I'm good, Brian. Thank you. How are you?
I'm doing well, GR. How was that debut for you? Was it great? You feeling good about that?
Oh, yeah. I was displaying my true acting abilities there.
Yeah, you were. You were in it, GR. Keep that style, GR. Looking good tonight. DR. There's Daddy in the house.
Thank you, Brian, but I don't know how long the wig will last.
I know. It's okay. It's okay. I'm going to give you a womp, GR. I'm going to give you a womp on that one. Oh, good. Good to see you, GR. Happy Monday, GR. Happy President's Day. Also joining me back is, of course, yes, do 300 more. Welcome back, my amazing co-host, Miss Angela Costell. What's up, Angela?
Walking down the street. Oh, hey. Wait, I'm right there. There we go. Hey, how are ya? Good to see you guys.
How you doing, Angela?
Woo!
Happy 300.
Normally everything's sparkling around me, but gotta flash, gotta be dazzling, of course.
Looking fantastic,
for all you guys,
Angela.
for all you wonderful people out there. This is for you.
Thanks for being here, Angela. It's gonna be a fun day. You excited?
Absolutely. Fun time. Let's do it.
Let's make this happen. Everybody. And also, been a while since we've been here. We're happy to have our comic book connoisseur himself, Mr. Sean Sutherland.
16 times.
They said it couldn't be done. I show up after 6 months. The show's even better without me.
Don't you call me, cause I can't go.
Nice to be back. Thank you for having me.
To the
I grew my hair out.
You load
I yell at a bunch of 12 to 14-year-olds for 6 months. And I'm here to talk comics. I'm here to explain what you guys have been missing. Not a ton has come out since I've been gone, right?
What are you talking about? Brave New World just came out, man, for President's Day.
Shit, I was there. What do you think I did for Valentine's Day? Come on.
you were watching Brave New World, huh? I believe it.
Nothing more romantic.
Nothing more romantic, no. Well, Sean, I'm happy to have you back, as always. It's going to be fun. Welcome back for our Monday. And very quickly, we're going to go to very quickly our producer in chat, Mr. Mike Casey.
Oh, there he is.
He doesn't want it.
Oh, yeah. Nice. Hey,
he doesn't want it.
Happy 300. That's crazy, Brian. 300 episodes and 300 perfect hair days from you. I am astonished. They said it couldn't be done. It has to be a world record.
Happy to have you here, Mike. I'm trying with my hand, man. We're still holding on there, though. And again, a very special welcome for the very first time on Kruse Control, everybody. Check out his channel at Heavy Spoilers. Been following this guy for a long time. So excited. Guys, Heavy Spoilers are coming. Welcome for the first time to the show. Paul from Heavy Spoilers.
Hello, everyone. I actually bought that vinyl today as well.
Did you really?
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. Yeah, still in the shrink wrap.
I've been collecting vinyl.
Oh, no way. There you go, Paul. Did you go to the Eras tour?
I didn't know. No,
Okay.
I've been following for a long time. We've been following here at Kruse Control, too. Yeah, of course. I mean, that's how this business works, right? We help each other, we watch each other. It's a community, and it's just a special day for us, and it makes it even special that you're here. It really does. I'm really happy.
having me on. Especially for episode 300. It's like, that's quite a milestone. So congratulations, guys.
It's been nuts. Yeah, we've been just kind of doing this for a minute, but like you've been doing it for a long time. How did you get started?
Oh, I started doing it off the back of web designer. I used to be a web designer, and I started building my own website and doing like Batman reviews and just reviews in general. And then it just kind of transitioned to YouTube when I started getting views on that over the website. So yeah, it just kind of went from there really, where it sort of evolved, and I kind of grew with YouTube as that grew in popularity. I know YouTube's been around for years and years. I think I've been doing it about 6 years now, maybe. Showing my age a bit, but yeah, transitioned into that.
No, you're good. I mean, I just turned 40 this year, so I feel you. It's like you get older.
Well,
you're
don't look at. Yeah,
You youngsters need to stop talking about age. Okay?
Well, thank you all for being here, guys. Thank you. It's Monday. But as always, we gotta keep this ship moving. We're already 10 minutes deep, guys. Thank you for being here on Kruse Control. But it doesn't matter what day it is. It could be a Monday, a Wednesday, a Friday, a Saturday, a Sunday, any day of the week. There's always one thing going down, guys, and that is a lot of breaking news. Come on, let's do it. Goonies 2, they announced that, along with Gremlins, this revival series coming forward. It's super exciting for a lot of people, and it is for me, too, the 80s child in me, guys. But they have officially announced a writer for this, because, again, it was like, Deadline said something, and people are like, is it true? Is it not happening? But now we officially have a writer attached to this. I'm going to butcher her name, Patsy Panasorli. I'm going to probably butcher your name. Sorry about that. Yeah, right. I'm gonna womp myself on that one. But coming forward now, she did like a series, guys, with Billy Ray Cyrus, and I'm like, when I hear that initially, this is who you got for Goonies? Someone doing a Billy Ray Cyrus series? Not that I'm hating on Billy Ray Cyrus, guys, but I kind of am. I just like, I'm like, okay, well, you guys are already messing. You're losing me, guys. Please don't lose me. This is my childhood. Don't fuck it up. Please don't mess it up. Just like the Batman 2, guys. People are talking about the Batman 2 quite a bit because, again, we're waiting to see when it will happen. Will they actually shoot? Is it going down? Well, Battinson himself came forward and said, we're going to shoot this year. Better more like Bale's doing that. But they're going to shoot this year, end of 2025. That's what they're saying. We've been waiting for massive delays, been going down because, again, they were working the script. And Matt Reeves said that multiple times. The script hasn't been there. It's almost there. We got to listen to Battinson, right? Goonies never die. CFAB Mia. Goonies never die. We got to listen to Battinson. I just don't know. I just hope we get a good villain in this. We had the Clayface rumors. We've had, again, Penguin, that series, guys, rocked my mind. And that's been building a great villain. So I hope that ends up being the person. I'm waiting for it, guys. I'm waiting for Constantine 2, guys. Woof, let's do this, guys. It's been a whopping 20 years since Constantine came out, and Constantine 2, I mean, and I'm really excited about it because, again, Keanu Reeves coming back, and we're going forward to this. I don't know if Shia LaBeouf will come back. I think a lot of people would say, no to that, but maybe. I don't know. I'd like to see it happen. But again, we had one of the producers come forward, Maggie Lovett, Francis Lawrence, and she was saying they're actually closer than ever. They've been working this. They're super excited. Keanu's excited. The Bratman. Hey, David Banner, welcome back, man. Good to see you, David Banner. The Bratman 2, they're saying it's coming. I'm just excited. I'm just excited about this. I know that a lot of people have been waiting for this. They've been wondering if it was going to be canceled under James Gunn. And the studio's still saying we're waiting. We're not giving an official notice. But again, producers coming forward talking about but you gotta admit it's gonna be happening very soon. Just like Daredevil's coming, guys. Daredevil Born Again, finally. Oh my God, I've been waiting for this too long. I know Paul's probably excited about this too. I know Paul is. I know Sean is too. But Daredevil 2, guys, finally, this season's coming. We're finally getting Born Again. And we've been hearing about this for a long time. It's launching it's like a couple weeks now. It's going to end in March. And honestly, we're going to finally figure out like how they're going to connect the whole thing. But a big thing was, again, Foggy and Karen. And the new showrunner came forward and said, that was actually the first thing I talked to my bosses. He said, I was going to actually get fired about this. I know we needed these two in the actual story because they're the heart of Daredevil, which makes sense. Good to see you, Queen, which makes sense. Like, honestly, I don't know how they would have done without it. It was probably going to be some boring lawyer show, which I did not want. I want to see this. And I'm excited because, again, finally we're doing this right, hopefully. And hopefully the Faculty is done right, because the Faculty reboot is coming forward, guys. And honestly, a reboot of the Faculty, leave it alone. I would say leave it alone. But we are doing this. Robert Rodriguez coming back to produce this. On top, we already have some casting news too. Jack Quaid and Sophie Thatcher attached this too. Jack Quaid's blowing up the universe ever since The Boys. He's popping up everywhere. That's a good casting. Will it be great? We'll talk about that very soon. I'm worried about James Bond. The Cavill is still apparently in the runnings. I like Cavill, and I think when you see pictures like this, it makes sense. But I want to go to Paul about that later because we'll see what he thinks about this. But James Bond's moving forward. Will Cavill be the person? Will Cavill not be the person? He did actually audition for the original James Bond when we had Daniel Craig auditioning for it. And he was young. He was super young. But they went with Craig instead. Is this the time? Maybe you had to sit it out for a while. Only time will tell. But Scarlett Johannson came forward. Because you guys, did you see this ad? Did you see this ad that happened? Where again, the AI, Scarlett Johannson, and a lot of celebrities too. And I know she was very mad about it. And here's what I say though. I'm like, why did you do her? Her just set this all up, guys. You made it like people's like AI like dreams when they heard your voice, and now what'd you expect? They're going after you. But I know it's a big deal. We talk about this a lot on Kruse Control about the AI situation. So what will that be? We'll have to wait and find out. But I think she will battle this out. But we've always said the government's changing her, guys. They're accepting AI more. And I think this is going to be a big problem for her. Kingpin didn't die. Actually, he's alive. Did you see? If you've been watching the newest stuff, Kingpin's back. But I gotta say, we'll see what happens with the AI stuff. But more importantly, William H. Macy, I'm sorry about getting sued for chopping down those trees, everybody. William H. Macy got sued for $600,000 for chopping down his neighbor's trees. And they've settled out of court, of course. But, well, how'd you not know it's not your trees? A lot of breaking news, everybody. A lot of breaking news. We got to get to the show. Keep this show rolling, guys. So this is that time. Put that 1 minute on the clock. All my guests get 1 minute. Break down what I say. Is there hot takes? Let's do it. This is that time, put 1 minute on the clock, and all my guests get 1 minute, break down all their hot takes on all the latest breaking news. Now, can they make it before that bomb blows up, or will they not? I don't know. It comes down to you guys. You as the audience, you vote, and tell us who you think is our hot take master for the episode 300 celebration. I can't wait to find out. Let's go to the panel, guys. Let's go to the panel. All right, here we go. It's hot take time. Been a while, huh, Sean? Been a while.
Only 8 topics? The fuck? You've gotten soft.
How many seconds is that, Sean? How many seconds?
7.5 seconds per. This is a lifetime.
Come on.
Plenty of time here. Brian used to do
too much time.
Back when
I've done 15 topics before. 15 topics before.
Yeah, it sucked.
Yeah. Are you nervous at all, Paul?
Little breathe. You can breathe a little bit. You can let a punchline land a little bit. We'll see how.
You see that, Sean? Paul said he's not nervous at all.
Good. I believe it.
Paul's just chilling. He's got the lights. He's cull as a cucumber over there.
It's going to be great. Angela, who should go first? What? Who should go first? Let's not send to Paul. We can't send to Paul.
I'm just inundated with all you wonderful people here right now. I feel so much responsibility.
Make your dreams come true, Angela.
I mean, what are we thinking here? I'm going to delegate, so I'm just talking out loud. Bear with me.
Very nice.
Sean, you said that you're the 10-second master. I'm going to go ahead and throw that over into your court.
I don't think anybody wants to be called the 10-second master there, Angela. I think that's a no. That's a no.
Keep that in the domain of the hot takes.
Happy to go first. Happy to get this out of the way. I'm really rusty, so the only people that have been hearing my hot takes is when I tell them.
Excuses.
Come on, I got to tell you, master. That's the only hot take.
I believe in you, Sean.
Are you feeling frothy, foamy, sophisticated, over the top, up, down, raise it down, make some dreams come true today?
Yes.
All right, that's what I wanted to hear. All right, Sean, without further ado, it's hot take time. Hot takes in 3, 2, 1.
All the characters are played by Sloth, except for Sean Astin. I think it'd be great. Battinson, Batman 2, if you didn't see Penguin, you know kind of where Batman's going. I'm really excited about it. I think that there's a ton to still explore in Matt Reeves' universe, let alone what James Gunn is going to be flooding the market with pretty soon here. Constantine 2. Constantine 1 was a banger. And even before the word banger even came out, that freaking cast was stacked. It was wonderful. Gavin Rossdale, where the hell's he been? Bring him back. I don't want to see him anymore. Daredevil brought back the cast because it was a wonderful ensemble. Everyone worked well together, even, Foggy. Foggy didn't have a ton to do, but my God, he showed up and was great foil for everybody else. Faculty reboot, again, flop it around. The aliens are getting invaded by humans. Think about it, Hollywood. Cavill should not be the next Bond. I want a black Bond. Give me Idris Elba. Scarlett Johannson AI drama's gonna get worse. Sorry about your tree, but really appropriate. It's President's Day Washington joke.
Well, great hot takes, Sean. Great hot takes.
Oh, I got hers.
Yeah.
Balloons. Thank you. And by the way, I know that you really want to know.
Don't you call me 'cause I
16
can't
tons
go.
by Tennessee Ernie
I owe
Ford.
my soul
Look it up.
to the
Your kids are gonna love it. All right.
You load 16 tons.
Great hot
I
takes.
don't remember that song.
Great hot takes as always. Angela, who's going to go next in the hot takes?
Well, Queen told me that Paul should go last. So, Paul, are you cool with that?
Good. I'm fine. I've got no idea what's going on.
You know where it's going to head to
There's
next.
a lot going on. There's a
The
lot going
president
on.
himself, George Washington, GR, the thirsty daddy.
The thirsty man himself. All right, GR, taking this serious. We're excited
Well,
about
yeah,
GR.
right.
What was the giveaway? The costume? Or?
No, it was actually his
What costume?
wedding.
No one
This is
told
his
me
life.
we had to dress up, by the way. I will go ahead and put that on. I get it's 300 shows, but what do you got?
Hey, you talk to the Paul. The Paul. And I have 2 of them. So keep moving your head back and forth, back and forth.
I'm out of here.
All right, GR. GR, get this shit. Here we go. Hot takes in 3, 2, 1.
Goonies 2, you finally hired a writer. Can't wait till 27 and 28. It'll only be a 40-year plus wait. Batman 2, another 27 or 28. And gee, at least it's not 40 plus. Constantine 2, well, Jesus, only a 20-year wait on that one. We're doing good. Why are the Kieran and Foggy back? The faculty remake held a lot to live up to, but Paul's breakdown was incredible. Let's see, Cavill, he'd make a good Bond he could carry for a few decades. Scarlett pissed off at AI, which is what a threat it is to us at work. And William Macy, the neighbor wanted a payoff. What else did they sue for? The end.
Hey, GR, great hot takes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Mr. President. Appreciate you.
You're welcome. It was fun.
Yeah. Oh, boy. Paul's like, what the hell's happening here right now, guys? What is happening?
This is the gamut, Paul. That's what you signed up for.
Yeah.
I'm just
Angela?
working everything out.
So let me just, you got no prep for this.
I told him about it. I said
I thought it was pick one subject and then do it, but look, I'll do go now. I'll just go now. Yeah.
Go now, Paul. You got the mic, you got the floor.
Okay.
Have at it.
I believe in you, Paul. I believe in you. I do. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay.
I'm
Okay.
here if I mess up.
Thank you, Laura.
Makes
you
you
know
feel
what?
better. I'm always pretty much the last one. So.
When Angela first came on the show, she's like, "What are we doing? I don't know about this." And I'm like, "I know, I know."
I could
We're
chat
weird
forever,
people here
but
at
yeah.
Kruse Control. Okay. All right, Paul. Here we go. We got serious now, man. Let's get serious. Let's get sophisticated. I believe in you. Very first time on Kruse Control. I say frothy and foamy once in a while. All right. Hot takes in 3, 2, 1.
I think the Goonies 2 is going to slay you guys. When it goes to the Batman 2, I think Matt Reeves is either going to die hero or live long enough to see himself chilling because he's made another classic. Constantine 2, he's an exorcist, and my head will be spinning if that movie's bad because it's taken so long to come out. Daredevil, I think you'd have to be blind to miss that. The faculty is going to take you guys back to school, and it'll be history. As for Cavill becoming James Bond, I think it'll be a mission impossible if he decides not to do it. And a mustache, why he wasn't picked in the first place. Yash. Scarlett Johannson, AI drama, no idea what that is. So yeah, skip on that one. And the tree situation with William H. Macy. Hope the guy sues for $3 million.
Nice, Paul. That was a good one.
I like that.
3 million. That's funny.
3 million. Great hot takes, Paul. That was awesome. Like, I was doing this.
I had to mute myself. Sorry, you killed me with the puns. That was amazing. I did not see the faculty joke or the Constantine joke coming. That was amazing.
David
Thank you
Banner.
very much.
I just made that up as I was saying it, but it worked out in the end. We got there.
Yeah.
Magic of hot takes. Yes.
That's the best stuff sometimes. It really is. It just comes off the tongue. You're just like, whatever, here we go. Let's rock and roll. That's what I do all the time. I don't even know what I'm saying sometimes.
Live. Yeah.
It's the best. It's the best. That's all we do here on Kruse Control. Yeah. Angela, what are you thinking? Are you going to do hot takes, or are you thinking about something else today?
Well, it dawned on me that have we even had Peppy do hot takes? Should we do that maybe?
One time.
Please.
I mean, maybe you can do it twice.
Maybe you can do it twice. Peppy, you feeling good about that, buddy? I bet Peppy's ready for that. Let's see, Peppy. Let me go to Peppy fast and see if he wants to do some hot takes. I mean, he could take over for you if he's feeling like it, because he's kind of irritated. Peppy, what do you think?
I only do this on special occasions, and today is one. So let's do some hot takes. I'm going to show you guys
see if he
how
wants
it's
to.
all done. Let's do this.
All right.
Put the ball in its court.
Peppy's ready for it. Okay, Peppy, here we go. Get ready. Here we go. It's hot take time, Pep Star. I believe in you. Without further ado, hot takes in 3, 2, 1. Get it, Peppy. Hot takes.
You guys, the Pep Star is doing hot takes. And I want to see Goonies too. But my main thought is, do they go after Willie's pirate ship because they can't afford their mortgage? I mean, seems like a cash grab to me. Battinson says they're going to be filming on Batman too soon. Who's the villain? Penguin? We need to know. Come on, DC. Marvel's weak right now. This is your chance to beat that ass at the box office. And Constantine too. Yeah, player, make that movie. This was Shia LaBeouf's best film. And I can't wait for Daredevil. I'll have to go back to Disney Plus. Never thought I'd resubscribe after Acolyte. And I don't like those alien worms from the faculty. But I did date a little hottie with one. Boy, oh boy, she was a freak in the sheets. Just like Scarlett Johannson. She knew where to pet the Pep Star in all the right places. And don't cast Cavill. I spent years training playing GoldenEye on my N6 that fought. Cast the Pep Star. Oh, William H. Macy? I pissed on all those trees. And you cut them down in spite. Let the wars begin. My drop, boom.
Thanks, Peppy. Thanks, man. Great hot takes, Peppy. Great hot takes. Appreciate you, man.
Oh my
Great
god.
hot takes, Pep Star. Really does it on special occasions, I know, guys. So he thinks he's gonna win all the time. He's a little shithead sometimes. But thanks, guys. Great hot takes.
Good job, everybody. Nice work on the fly, Paul, Sean.
No.
Okay, Peppy. Yeah. Well, good to have you guys here. Great hot takes across the board. I'm going to put it out to the chat right now and find out who is going to win hot takes today. And while you're doing that, guys, it could be you.
I didn't even know.
Well, I put you with Pep Star, so there's a 1-2 combo here. So you never know.
Yeah, Peppy and I were like a team on that. That was like and Mike.
We played off of each other for sure. Yeah.
You did.
We're a little threesome or whatever you're going to call it.
Appropriate. Like I needed to know.
Diddy is done.
We're not talking about Diddy, Peppy. We're not talking about Diddy. I know you hate Diddy right now. It's okay.
Yeah,
it's okay, buddy.
Well, I'm bringing sexy back.
Well, while you do that, Peppy, we're actually going to go and have a minute to have some quick takes. everybody. We're going to do quick takes a little differently today because we do have Paul here today. We want to talk to him a little bit more. So we're going to take a minute while you guys are voting. We're going to break down a lot of this breaking news topics and get into the nitty gritty of it all. And I'm so excited to have everybody here as always. It's President's Day. It's the 300th episode. We're going to have a fantastic time. And so let's go to our panel right here. Let's talk about some quick takes, everybody. So right now I'm going to go over to Paul here. We're going to talk about some of this because I know like he did the whole faculty breakdown, right, Paul? You love the movie. So a reboot. What do you think about this reboot? Is this something that can actually work, or do you think they're barking up the wrong tree?
I think it wasn't a massive success, so they definitely have. It wasn't blown up. The cast is obviously incredible in that film, but it doesn't necessarily have that mass appeal. That wouldn't necessarily mean that a remake's going to be up next to it. I would say something like, don't remake Back to the Future because it's such a widely known film. It just depends how they kind of... I think they'll probably connect it to social media and stuff and phones and be like, modern day schools, all the kids are on their phones, they're not paying attention to the alien invasion that's going on around them. So there are interesting themes I think they could do with it. Whether they do it or not, we'll see. But these Invasion of the Body Snatcher type films, they constantly get remade because they're just relevant. They're just subject matter is always relevant, and you'll see, the original Invasion of the Body Snatchers and the remake, and then the 90s remake, and then there was one in the 2000s. So you have these archetypes, and I can just say, I think it'll be good. Kids, every generation needs a body snatcher-esque.
Right.
Kind of talk about them. So yeah, I think it's been long enough since the last one that it could be good, but they could mess it up. But if they do mess it up, it's not necessarily a massive IP where I think people are going to be very angry about it.
I don't think so either, but you got like Jack Quaid in there too, and Jack Quaid's been really popular. He was on Lower Decks, of course, The Boys, of course, 100%, and his star rating just going up and up and up, I think, and so that might lure in a new audience to this. Could it be a thing where people go back? Because I bet there's a lot of people like Gen Z that haven't actually seen this before, So do you think this could like bring those DVD sales, or probably digital these days, up because of Jack Quaid and this reboot potentially happening?
I hope so. Yeah, I mean, we actually put together the breakdown before it even got announced. Yeah, so I was quite shocked because I was like, we've timed this really well. Jack Quaid, he also seems to have quite a level of quality to him. Like, he doesn't just sign on to stuff for the sake of signing on to it. Even Companion, all his work's really good. So I don't think he would have signed on without, reading the script and appreciating it.
You would think so, right? Daredevil. Yeah. We got to talk about Daredevil fast. Well, you're here. We got to talk about Daredevil, right? I'm so excited about this. The cast coming back, the massive reshoots to get them in. Are you excited more than ever because they got a new showrunner and did this, and you're excited to see where they go with it, or are you still hesitant a little bit?
Yeah, I'm still a bit hesitant, to be honest. I know that some of that original series that they shot is still in there. I don't know. Disney Plus is always so hit and miss for me. So I'm a bit worried about it. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I'm hoping for the best, but yeah, Disney Plus is always kind of up and down in my eyes.
I always say that here too. I don't want to trash Disney. The mouse, he'll always come after you if you're not careful. You got to be careful. Again, that Millennium Falcon and land smack down in the UK and come after you maybe too. I don't want that to happen to you. But I do think that you got to be careful. They're doing a lot of these, rewrites and these reboots, and they also do a lot of reshoots on these too, which we always talk about in the show. We'll talk about it for Brave New World. I can't wait to talk about that too. But a lot of stuff with that, I really want it to be good. D'Onofrio was so good. I worked with him on SAG committees before. He's such a fantastic human being. I just want this to succeed for him too. Gomer Pyle to this, you know what I mean? It's like this guy can't stop. He can't stop. But the big thing I want to ask you about this though, Paul, is Cavill. I need to talk to you about Cavill. Yeah. So you're big into James Bond. I love what you've been doing with your series about all the different Bond movies. It's fantastic. First of all, how long do those videos take? And secondly, is Cavill your Bond?
So they take about a month to do because I've got to read the book, and then we're also doing quite high production values. I'll say high production values.
I love it. I love you in the suit. I love you with the car. Yeah. I love that stuff. It's great.
Yeah, it just takes so long to put together. Even getting replica suits of what was used in the movie. You know, it sounds like it should be easy, but you've got to go through so many different things and pick out the right suits that can be delivered in the right time, and it's all just complicated. It's kind of like running an actual production instead of just sitting in my room doing stuff. But I've been enjoying it. In terms of Cavill, he was actually my next in line choice. I've tweeted that a couple of times.
There we go.
Spoke with so many people about it. But when I saw the audition, I was like, oh, I can totally see why he didn't get it. Yeah, they made the right choice with Daniel Craig. Completely, yeah. I do think he's grown now. My only worry would be what they tend to do when they cast a Bond actor is they get someone in who's quite low budget. Like, they're not going to charge a massive fee to be James Bond, whereas Cavill has quite a high salary at the moment. A lot of people say he's too old for it, but I mean, I don't think he is at all. If you look at when Brosnan started, Roger Moore, they were all in their mid-40s. So it's doable.
But he's 40.
I think the guys,
he's 40.
I think if they don't, I mean, Man from U.N.C.L.'s incredible. I think he's brilliant in that. And I think if they don't cast him as Bond, then it's going to be like one of the big cast misses of all time. Up there with Hayley Atwell as Tomb Raider and stuff like that.
Oh,
Nathan Fillion as Nathan Drake and stuff, where it's like you had the perfect actor to play that role and you missed it.
And the people wanted it too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I think this is his time. I really do. I'm excited about because I know you're the person that's really been delving into this world. So I don't have as much knowledge as you do in the James Bond world. And I just want to know that because I know a lot of people are talking about they can't decide. There was the whole about having craving be James Bond at one point, Aaron Taylor Johnson, and I was like, I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, I haven't even seen Craven yet, to be honest. I'm just kind of check
anything.
Nosferatu, he was kind of a bit weird in that he kind of came across like he was in a stage play where everyone else was in a film, and it was so I don't think they'll go with Aaron Taylor Johnson. I think just the way I think Craven might have lost it for him. I mean, look at Cavill there. That is James Bond. That if you show that picture to a kid, they'll just say that's James Bond.
That's James Bond. He looks like it perfect.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
he's just got that like look and the vibe. You know, he's a very demure, like he just has everything that you like would assume of a Bond character. You know what I mean? Like whenever I have met him, his presence, he just has it. He's got the whole shtick. It's like I think he'd be brilliant. I do. I think he'd be a brilliant Bond.
Do you want to ask Paul anything, Angela?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, Paul, what could I ask you? Just this man of knowledge. Okay, so here's the thing. So like, MCU's box office curse that's been going on. Could you how would you fix it in one move? Like if you were with what's kind of been going on.
Shows.
What?
Yeah, I would cancel all the Disney Plus shows. I would do that with Star Wars as well. Just anything on Disney Plus, just get rid of it. Just make these films events and just stop turning them into streaming content.
Right. So we don't need more mutants. Do we need fewer multiverses?
I think you can do it in a good way.
Like Robert Downey Jr., like a deep fake. Deep fake is way back.
Deep fake is way. Yeah, exactly. I think they need to wrap up the multiverse thing as quickly as possible, which I think they're doing. But I would probably avoid. I think just when you turn stuff into a streaming show, and this kind of ties back into the James Bond thing that I like that they've always done with James Bond, is that they've never cheapened the character. And even when Amazon bought him, it wasn't like, oh, we have to announce 10 streaming shows. It's always been, no, we'll make one of these films every couple of years, we'll make it an event. And it kind of feels like Marvel and Star Wars especially has just completely lost that. If you think back to how Star Wars was, it was like every generation would have their own Star Wars trilogy, and now it's just a streaming show that no one's that interested in.
Yeah, it starts to get confusing, to be honest. I mean, I love Star Wars stuff, not to veer off track, but like love it.
I still love Star Wars.
I start like I'll watch all of it, but then I'll go back and be like, okay, we're now 50,000 years, or we're back, or we're forward, or where are we? You know what I mean? It's just kind of a way to tap in, monetize, what has already been where you can kind of add on to a story and keep it going as, a sequel, prequel, like all that, but it starts to get a bit like, it starts to become like a hodgepodge in a way too of like stuff. So
yeah, I think it just becomes content. There's
right.
It's just content rather than Christopher Nolan.
It's never the right way.
Yeah, exactly. Christopher Nolan, no matter what he puts out, it will never be described as content because he's putting his all into it and making it like as good as it can be. Whereas a lot of this stuff feels like they're just announcing it for the sake of, we have a spin-off character who, like Agatha is a good example. It's kind of WandaVision. They had that hit song in that, and it's like, well, we have to make a Disney Plus show about this. It's like,
I felt the same way about Echo too. I was like, I didn't need Echo. I understand what they're trying to do with it. Yeah, I don't know. I thought the MCU's downfall was the interconnectedness of everything. Like the fact that you had to watch everything to know, that's Bleepo from Blorp because of X season. Yeah, it just got nutty and it's too much. It was fatigue for sure. Yeah. I don't know. I agree with that.
I think Secret Wars is going to be glup shito hitherto and dreamt of.
I mean, some of the stuff I hear about Secret Wars has got me actually kind of encouraged, especially if the rumor that everything that comes out in that time frame is treated like a one-off Elseworldy kind of adventure.
Battle World.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah, I've always said, and I think this also kind of hurt the What If show on Disney. It's just you've got stories, you've got characters, you need to use it and not pigeonhole yourself to kind of relate to what the movies are doing, whatever, right? Like just allow it to be its own thing and appreciate it for that instead of trying to make every fucking thing and their grandmother, touch Spider-Man inappropriately. I don't know why I went that way, but here we are.
There you go.
Make that a show. Make it a show.
Don't do that to Spider-Man. Tom Holland's a precious boy.
Come home again. That's what it's called. Come home again.
I wonder, Brian, can I ask Paul a question?
Yeah, get in there, Sean. What do you got? Get in there.
I'm not trying to hit a sore subject here, but this household, my wife and I are big Screen Crush people. We love Screen Crush. I'm sorry. Oh shit. Oh, I blew it. Oh, you canceled him.
He's gone.
No, I unfortunately we didn't make it to the live show. I guess I love the banter. I love the back and forth. I love the fact that it's all in jest, it's all in fun and support of you guys. How did that happen? How often, I guess, are you trying to collaborate? I think we're in a little bit of a golden age when it comes to content talking about comics and pop culture and superheroes. Big fan of Owen Loves Comics. Bullets and Blockbusters has done some really great breakdowns recently. I guess what's that like? It's someone, obviously you've been involved in this community for a long time. And do you have meetings every month? Do you have collaborations that you want to do? Like, how did that whole you and Screen Crush, kind of getting at to each other? How did that really develop?
I think he shouted me out on one of the boys' breakdowns, and I was like, "Oh, that's really nice." So I just reached out to him, but I text him all the time, just absolute shit, like constantly. Just he'll read it and not reply all the time. But I'm just getting all my stuff up now. I don't know how political this show is, but I've often said how great RFK dresses and that I wear suits like him. And I said, no one notices it, Ryan. Why is that? Is it because people focus too much on his voice and they just don't pay attention to what he's wearing? And he'll read it and not reply. And it's like, well, why? Why, Ryan? Yeah. What's the beef? But now we talk about once a day. I probably shouldn't have said any of that, but well,
I love the fact that last month you posted a video just kind of saying, here's what's going on. I'm getting a lot of questions, setting the record straight. I really appreciate just the willingness.
That was great.
Be open and reach out to your audience and talk to them on that level. I think that's really, really cool.
Yeah. No, thank you.
Yeah, I know you were saying that you were getting a lot of backlash too from that as well about changing the format of your videos. But I love seeing you on camera, man. I mean, I think it makes sense too. It's like it's that intercutting. As you were saying before, we are dealing with the AI world, and everyone's worried about is this my voice? Is this actually a person? Whatever. And I think the face is the moneymaker, and I think you got a good face, man. I think you should be on camera.
Thank you. Yeah, it cost me a lot of money to get this all done.
Dude, I gotta say, with all the lawsuits and stuff you've been going through too, I can't even imagine the headaches with all that as well. You're probably just a layer on retainer now, probably, right?
No, I just kind of wing it. I'll just challenge people. I'm like, yeah, you want to go to court with me? Are you sure? I live in England. Bring your lawyers, yeah.
You're from Newcastle, man. You got grit, Paul. You got to amp it up.
Yeah, I think suing's more of an American thing as well. It's kind of like, I think as soon as they realize they have to come to England, it's like
they don't want it.
Yeah, they're like, you have to come to America, and it's like, I'm not. So go ahead with your lawsuit. Never going.
That's awesome. I gotta ask you one more thing before we get our winner of hot takes, and that's this: where did every time? When did that come from? Like, where did that happen?
I don't even know. I think I just made it up on the day. Oh, you might have noticed I just tend to just say anything that pops into my head, and then one day, if it was from God or some higher power, it just told me.
George Washington, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. I mean,
hey.
Spirit realm. Yeah. I wonder if George is out there watching the videos and thinking, "Oh, I'm glad people are still dressing up as me." You know what I mean?
I hope so. Kind of a crazy man. Let's just be honest.
Are you trying to be the next Bond, Paul? Let's just be honest, right?
I hope so. Yeah, I'm trying to be. Yeah,
trying to get yourself in there.
He's got some great Bond pictures out there, everybody. I love him so much. You in the car? It's great.
I'll get that car and be the week. I'll take a spin in it. I'll cruise in it. I'll let you know when I'm in the UK, and we'll just make it happen, okay?
Yeah, that just kind of started off as, I can make this a business expense, and I've always wanted it. So we're reviewing all the James Bond films. Yeah,
I'd like to write off that expense.
Right.
Yeah.
Before we move on, GR has one question for you. That's it. He's like, I got one question for this man. GR, take it away.
So, Paul, are you a Meghan Markle fan?
Oh, Lord.
God.
No, don't have a problem.
Welcome to the club, Paul.
Oh shit. Yeah.
GR is always talking about Meghan Markle. He's like, I just gotta ask him. Great.
I want to brunch with her.
Okay.
Great having you here, Paul.
Yeah.
Great having you here, Paul. Happy to have you here. We gotta keep this shit moving. I know we're going beyond. So we do have a winner. So without further ado, I am ending the poll right now. Poll is done. Poll is closed, and now we'll find out who will be our hot take winner for this Monday edition, episode 300. Without further ado, everybody, our winner of hot takes for this edition of Kruse Control is, here we go, Paul. Congratulations, Paul.
Paul's with a theme song.
Great.
Wait, Paul, where'd you go? You just flipped out of your
He's at the helm. Congratulations, Paul.
This is indirect advertising for Taylor Swift.
Great hot takes. Happy to have you all here as always. Got to keep this ship moving. So big talk, everybody. But then talk about Brave New World came out this weekend. We got to talk about it in Comic Corner. Come on. Brave New World's out, and it's doing well, actually. Already, if you look at international and here, $192.4 million. Now, if you believe what they said, and there's $188 million, they made their money back. Well, that's before advertising, $92.4 million domestically right here. Start over the weekend. Now, I still will say, there was that whole thing, IMDb came forward, all the trades, Deadline, Hollywood Reporter, and they actually said that they spent $40 million on this, and they reverted and said, no, it's 188 now, which to me, I'm still kind of skeptical about that. But if that's true, it's looking to actually make money, barely. Now, I will still say it's still branching into that Quantum Mania phase. You guys know how that hurts me, as I did work for Paul Rudd. It still bums me out, guys, because I'm like, please, why is there no love for Quantum Mania? I know people hate it. Why is there no love? I just want the residuals. I love the movie. There's great people there at Marvel. And I got to tell you this, too. I was excited about this movie. I still think that it felt like a long everybody say online, like a long episode of Winter Falcon or of Falcon Winter Soldier. Can I get it right, guys? Give myself a womp womp right there. But, you know, it's fun. Harrison Ford steals the show. I will say that to everybody. Harrison Ford is acting his ass off. He could have stepped in there, collect a paycheck. He didn't. I still think what he brought to the table was amazing. I love Anthony Mackie, guys. I do love him, but I still have a hard time of this dynamic. They're still making the jokes, making the jokes about, like, I can't, people don't think I should be Captain America. I think we need to just get rid of that. Get rid of that. Just be like, you're Captain America, move on. We still have the rumors about, again, Chris Evans still coming in to be either Captain America or Nomad, or maybe he's going to be like some other alternate universe version. I don't know. We'll find out. But I'm excited to talk about this on the panel today. So let's go on over everybody and talk about Brave New World, guys. I'm going to go to Paul first because I know that Paul's done a lot of breakdowns on this. And then I'm going to let Paul and Sean fucking fight it out here. And
can I determine the winner?
Determine the winner of the Marvel face-off. I don't know. But Paul, let's talk about this for a second. I know you did the whole breakdown. We're talking about the ending, what they've been setting up, what they're going for. How do you feel the overall? Can this be something do you think that Marvel thought this is going to launch it forward to actually be something bigger than it is? Or is this just going to be that in-between movie they want to do a filler space and that's it? And we're never going to see another Anthony Mackie kind of standoff oneer again?
No, I think we will. I think Marvel's just hit a point where they've got so many dangling things in the air, I think there's 14 post-credit scenes that haven't paid off yet. And they only have a certain amount of characters available at the moment. You can't just produce a movie every single month. So they're kind of well, we need to make a Captain America movie or an Ant-Man movie, but we've also got to introduce Kang, or we've got to set up things with the Red Hulk. So I think they're kind of having to Frankenstein these characters together to fight each other in stories that don't necessarily work with the characters that they're facing off against. Kang has never been an Ant-Man villain, and Red Hulk's never been a Captain America, especially a Sam Wilson Captain America villain. But they're we have to tell these stories. So it's difficult because normally when you have a good villain story, it's because they reflect the hero. The Joker is the embodiment of chaos, and Batman's the embodiment of order. You don't necessarily get that kind of juxtaposition with someone like Ant-Man and Kang. It's just they're just fighting each other. So I feel because of that as well, people aren't as excited for these films because it's not say a Civil War where it's we're seeing these heroes fight, or I don't know, Thanos versus Iron Man. That's quite a big thing. And then when you're trying to sell it it's Captain America versus Red Hulk, and it's a sequel to the Incredible Hulk that people didn't necessarily love that much, and it's also a sequel to the Eternals and a sequel to Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So they're all kind of they're being forced to tell these stories that they necessarily wouldn't tell if they weren't all structured into this film, into this cohesive universe where they've got to pay off certain stories and only have a certain amount of characters and actors still playing these parts.
That was the weirdest thing to me. It's you're tying in the Edward Norton franchise along with this, but we're still recasting
what are you doing?
Yes. What do we? Yeah, I'm what do we? You guys are trying to think we forgot about all that stuff. That's what it feels like to me. It's oh yeah, these are all. This is fine, guys. And then you have Liv Tyler coming in at the end too to have that little cameo. But you don't see her face. She's still very far back. I'm why are you this far back, Liv Tyler? But it's just to me. It just felt like a mishmash of a lot of things that didn't really make sense to be there together. It just didn't. It still was a good movie.
It should have been a Hulk movie. It should have been a Hulk movie, and I don't know why it wasn't.
You think they were just trying? It could be a rights thing too. It could be a rights thing.
Yeah, it was absolutely a rights thing. Yeah.
And that's what it feels like. It feels like a rights thing. And I'm guys, I get it. You have to
past that shit. Yeah.
I thought we were too. I just really thought it'd be better.
But how do they have the rights to the Incredible Hulk characters, but not the Hulk itself? I don't know. But even then, though, but why do you have to tell this story in general? When William Hurt passed away, I don't know if anyone was necessarily for as good as Harrison Ford is. I don't know if anyone was necessarily they still have to pay off the Red Hulk story. They still have to do it because you're not even in Thunderbolts, from what we know about it. And Thunderbolt Ross is even when they were mentioning his nickname, I'm well, why isn't this tied into the Thunderbolts at all? And it just kind of feels like they've taken characters and mashed them together without necessarily understanding why certain characters are paired off against certain other characters.
It doesn't make any sense. And then they have Edward Norton, but then maybe they don't want to change the whole thing with Hulk because you have like Smart Hulk now, and it's like they don't want to pull him in there. They don't want to be like I don't know. To me, it just felt like there were so many cooks in the kitchen and the massive reshoots, and then they put Giancarlo Esposito in here. I could tell like that was all reshoots, and it's like that was a big part of like making an actual like assassin coming in and adding to the story. I don't know. I feel like they didn't know what they wanted from this movie. That's just to me, and I wanted to see more. But I love Harrison Ford coming in.
That's why I question the budget reports, because every time I get told that they're like, well, no, it was 180 million because that's what they said. I'm like, but common sense tells me that they reshot a third of the movie, and I don't know if that would necessarily, especially with a company like Disney who are known for spending a lot on films. Like, how much was Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny? I think it was in the 300 million range. Yeah, I
think it was like 324 or something like that. It was a lot of money. It was like the big flop for them too, which is very unfortunate. But again, Harrison Ford's he's like, I had fun, I'd do it again, which of course he would.
Paid lots of money.
Yeah, pay lots of money. You had to work with Mangold too. Great director.
He's been very upfront about I'm doing it for the money at this point, and that's fine. I think honesty is a nice shade for him to wear. That's fine.
Get in there, Sean. Throw some shade at Captain America. Give us some love. What do you think?
I'm not trying to throw shade. I'm just going to give a couple of things here, especially with what you just said, Paul. Yes, this is a lot of loose threads trying to get in there. You got a little bit more of the understanding of Incredible Hulk does have ramifications for the MCU. You kind of had this really weird character, although you didn't call him the leader for some fucking reason. That was really strange. It was looking like a Unabomber 1 second, and then like a moldy little broccoli head guy. That was very inconsistent for me. But they referenced the Eternals without saying anything about the Eternals. The only point of the fact that you got a giant head in the sky and giant hand in the sky is because in this world, people would be talking, the world outside is what's supposed to be Marvel, right? If that shit was in our world, fucking hell, we'd be talking about it every single day. The only real point I feel like all this movie did was just kind of kick the can down and be like, things are coming, guys. Just stay with us a little bit longer. And I love Isaiah Bradley's the usage of him. I really want them to actually do like a proper telling of Captain America Truth. It's one of my favorite stories. Should be one of your favorite stories. But there's just so many threads they just kind of had to pick up and play with in such a weird way. And you could tell it was just, I love the analogy there. It was like taking two action figures and making them kiss and then also fight. I didn't get it. I didn't get a lot of it. And I like Anthony Mackie. I thought he did a fine job with what he was given, but it was very apparent to me that there's at least 2 or 3 really big set pieces that got obviously cut and reshot into this movie. That whole post-credit scene felt like it was so out of place. It could have been teasing Thanos coming in. It could have been teasing anybody. Other shit. Yeah, like the other guys. All right. And then he just goes, what? It just was very low effort kind of reshoots done. The motivations of Samuel Stearns at the end turning himself in. Sorry for spoilers, but you know what the show you're looking at.
If you watch this, we will spoil. That's the name of the episode, Sean.
But there was a lot. I liked the movie. It was okay. And I think Marvel should be happy with okay at this stage, especially for what they did in terms of the amount of reshoots, cutting the entire Serpent Society thing and Seth Rollins and all that they were doing out there. I want to know what that original plan was. Of course it was, because it could have been a huge thing. And then, God bless him, Giancarlo Esposito, that made no sense. You were MacGuffin Man. You were, do you know the MacGuffin Man? Get that on a t-shirt.
You know MacGuffin Man? The MacGuffin Man.
The whole point of Captain America, Brave New World was we got to talk about adamantium because that's going to get everyone's Marvel mutant boners up. We got to do that. We got to subtly introduce Sabra.
Yeah, I like that.
It doesn't really matter. And then kind of retcon. We sort of have to retcon the fact that Incredible Hulk, although it probably wasn't great, everyone knows what happened there in that movie. It still should be considered part of this franchise.
Yeah.
The one thing you mentioned earlier about too, like why haven't we gotten just a Hulk movie in a long time? It is a rights thing. There's a really good book.
Universal is a big thing. Universal.
Yeah. So it's MCU: The Rise of Marvel Studios. It explains a lot about the right issues. I really loved reading it, but the whole thing about the Hulk and Spider-Man are still treated very like precariously, right? You can mention it, but you can't show it. You can't if you show Tom Holland's face, that counts as one of his things, and Sony has to get a cut of that. It's the same thing for Hulk. Hulk legally could not be in a movie for like more than 51% of it. Otherwise, it had to be like a teamed as a Hulk thing, and then that would discount one of the uses that Marvel had for free or whatever. So it's very stupid, very litigious. Exactly, like Ragnarok was a Thor Hulk movie, and I think they did really well.
The combination is what does it. That's
someone
the money.
Who just spent the last 48 hours at a hockey tournament, and some of that had some downtime while I was watching an FX marathon of Marvel movies. You know, got to see Civil War again, got to see Thor: Love and Thunder again, and you could kind of tell where the ship started to go downhill. So
they're trying. They're trying to keep it going.
There's a lot of things to like about this movie too, right? Like I still, again, like I like the fact that he wrestled with the super soldier serum again. I understand that. The Bucky scene was great. I think it still kind of showed me that those two characters can still play together, and I hope that they have the opportunity to do that for the Congressman James Buchanan Barnes thing. Kind of threw me. I was like, you leave him on a shrimp boat in one season, when to find himself, then all of a sudden I got to be a congressman. I didn't understand that one either.
I think my problem with Marvel is that they just aren't learning from their criticisms. Yeah. So, I mean, how many times are they being told, look, you've got a weak villain, messy third act, bad CGI, and it's still happening. And it's like, oh, come on. You guys know this by now.
I think they're taking the wrong lessons from their successes as well, right? Like, yes, RDJ as Dr. Doom is very exciting. That doesn't mean I want to see Chris Evans as Captain America again. It doesn't mean you had to bring back these characters that had a very satisfying end to their arc. And, like, I appreciated for what they were, and you need to be able to tell new stories. And I think, like, they're trying to relaunch it. They're trying to do the thing because comics, God knows that they try things with new characters, it doesn't work, and people want to feel familiar, and you see a Chris Evans Captain America on a shelf next to a Sam Wilson Captain America, and by golly, they might be pushing the Sam Wilson, but everyone knows Captain America as Steve Rogers. So it's tough.
That's a GR. I know you're not. Tell Paul why you don't like Captain America.
Well, I like the Steve Rogers Captain America. The wannabe Captain America is not that's not Captain America to me. I'm old school.
Falcon's not good for you, huh?
No, Falcon is Falcon. He's not Captain America.
I can't say I'm like super stoked about this film necessarily. Kind of like the question I asked you about with the MCU, right? Like kind of what needs to be fixed with it and stuff. I mean, you kind of touched upon all that, right? So I think it kind of bleeds into some of this here with this Brave New World thing. I'm not as like versed in all this as you. I'm like way more like back here with it, but
she worked for TMZ before, so she's got that world going for her.
Yeah, I was in that world, so you know, I'm certain you're familiar, Paul. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, you touched on a lot of great stuff. I think my questions for Paul were like a little bit unrelated to the whole Brave New World thing, but you know, I can always shoot you a DM. But yeah,
all right, Paul.
I'm not that interested in like this movie, to be totally honest. I'm kind of like backseating it a little bit.
Before we move on, Paul, give your people the pitch out there. Should they watch Captain America: Brave New World or not?
That's a good question.
Yeah, go see it. I thought it was fine. I mean, there's nothing else out of the cinema at the moment. Bridget Jones actually outgrossed it in the UK, so if you like Bridget Jones, go see it.
I do. I actually do like Bridget Jones. I'd probably honestly, I would probably go watch that over this, but that's just me. So, like,
that's amazing. Well, Brave New World's out there, everybody. It's out there. It's President's Day weekend. Check it out right now. Get out there and see Captain America. Get back out there and save the world, guys. But, you know, we talk about reboots, remakes, redos, all that on Kruse Control all the time, and a big one coming up. It's been in the works for a while, guys. Harry Potter! And now we officially have the announcement that in negotiations, once we hear this from Deadline, it's probably going to happen, John Lithgow is going to be our Dumbledore. Can we talk about that in our featured story of the night? John John Lithgow, everybody, found negotiations to portray Professor Albus Dumbledore. Now, of course, it's a big thing because I feel like John Lithgow is amazing. Look at him in Dexter, how great he was when he came in there, and he came out of nowhere, But he's been in acting for a long time, and every role he does, he commits to, he destroys, he annihilates. I love his acting. I think people are going to be interested in this. I think they will, and I think he kind of, like this little picture I found, people are having fun with making him Dumbledore. It's a lot of fun. But they're doing 10 years, doing a decade shooting this Harry Potter series. They're doing every book as a season. We talked about that before on Kruse Control. Every book is one season, which to me makes sense. My biggest gripe for all the movies was Half-Blood Prince. Because I'm like, there's so much story in here about Voldemort we don't get. There's so much Voldemort that I wanted, and we got like the dance instead. It's I get it. That's what we're doing, but I just want to see more of that. And the kids always come front and center. But this series will dive in more. I know that Gary Oldman, friend of the show, guys, friend of the show, love Gary Oldman. I know that he was one to play Dumbledore, and I thought it would have been great because it's like that tie-in about Sirius Black, and also now he's coming back to do this. He loves it that much. He came into it. He was upset about not being there enough for Sirius Black. Thought he'd been great, but John Lithgow, guys, I love him so much, and I think he can destroy this part. 10 years is a long time. This is maybe his retirement plan, guys. What do we think about this? GR, you're super stoked, right, GR?
Yeah, well, I love him, so I think he could play the role well.
You think he's going to be the man?
Pardon me? I'm sorry?
You think he's going to be like the man to be the new Dumbledore for 10 years? Thanks, Peppy.
Yeah, I think gotta get
President's Day.
I think the man can carry the role for a good 10 years.
Do you think that he's going to take it, though? Because it's up for negotiation. Is he going to take it?
It all comes down to this, Brian.
Money, money, money. You're right, GR. All comes down to money.
Exactly.
Angela, what do you think? Is he going to take it? You going to take that money and run?
Or he doesn't. I'm going to go to his house and I'm going to slap him. John, what are you doing? I think so. I mean, maybe some people might think, well, it was a bold move, by HBO, but I think that it will be, he is fantastic. He does great in like every role, mostly that I've ever seen, every film of his. And I like him. I like him as a person. I think he's pretty neat. He's cool. He's an awesome actor. He can, jump into his characters really well. And I think that he'll do great. I think he'll do great as Dumbledore.
And he's not going to give you trash talk. Don't trash talk him, Angela. Don't trash talk. I'm coming after you.
Nothing but love here, okay? It's on, as he says. It's on. Like that.
It's going down.
It's going down. I'm on it. I'm all for it.
Paul, I know it's like, of course, they've shot a lot of this there. It's been a big thing for the UK, bringing in all the cast, the crew. The UK has been going nuts again. Marvel does a lot of shoots there over at Pinewood Studio. A lot of people are coming there. There's a lot of different, incentives to come there. I know people are very adamant about Harry Potter. What do you think across the pond where you're at? Are people going to be excited about this? Are you excited about this? And is this the direction that Harry Potter needs for the next 10 years? Someone like John Lithgow running Hogwarts?
I'm going to sound ageist, but I don't know. I mean, how old's John Lithgow? Like 79 years old? I don't know, like 10 years.
Right.
GR.
You're 79,
It's going to be like, but you're not committing to a 10-year project, so I don't know. I always kind of see he's American, isn't he? His accent's so weird.
100%.
Yeah. So he's got a very
unique
accent.
New Jersey.
He's actually got a lot more range than I think people have given him credit for.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, the SNL documentary series came out a couple of months ago, and there's an episode, and he kind of gives some background on his show and how terrible it was and all that kind of stuff and why it might not have worked. But I mean, the guy's he's been working forever. He's got some really great.
But are people going to love him, Paul? Are people going to love him?
Yeah, I think they will. He's a very good character actor, isn't he? He's not necessarily. He's kind of like that mentor figure as well. I like his villains, but I like when he goes and does nice people as well. I would have actually liked to have seen Gary Oldman, to be honest. I think he's
right.
That's kind
Gary
of
Oldman. Yeah, he's good.
I'm still thinking about Gary Oldman.
I mean, like, if he has the heart and soul, why not cast? He's at the caliber of actor. I love John Lithgow, but you got a guy like that's already attached to the franchise. People know him, they love him. It's a good, like, oh shit, we got Gary Oldman here. I'll watch that. I think that would have been great. Do you think that the UK would have loved, or like at least in your ethoverse, think that people would have loved more of a Gary Oldman over a John Lithgow?
I think with the first announcement, you really need to nail the casting. I think the first announcement's very, very important. And we even saw like a lot of controversy with who they were discussing for Snape. I think that first announcement really needs to be, and it looks like they're choosing Dumbledore to announce that first officially. I do think Lithgow's good. It's just, I don't know, with him being 79 and a 10-year project, I don't know. I don't know how realistic that is. And obviously Dumbledore got recast in the film franchise, and Richard Harris famously said on his deathbed, "Do not recast this role." we're two movies in. I don't know what we're gonna do.
Sorry.
So yeah, that's kind of how. Just looking at it like from a realistic point of view. I mean, he might live. I mean, he's a sprite, energetic guy, isn't he? So he might live for another 25 years or something. I don't know.
What would be cool is if like Gary and John were both in it. I mean, that'd be awesome. Like a split, like a split version.
Yeah. That'd be amazing.
Ryan, we can get his telomeres. Ryan, we can get his telomeres stretched.
We can stretch those telomeres. You know, that's a whole thing we've been having in Kruse Control. There's like a whole study. There's a study here where they're talking about stretching people's telomeres that de-age them by 30 years. Human studies are starting this year. So like we always joke about that. Right? Let's stretch those telomeres.
I mean, a good example I can think of is Ewan McGregor, who played a young version of Obi-Wan, and then he's basically grown up and taken over like Alec Guinness. So why I'm talking about that is because I think Jude Law would be a good casting, because he's kind of like a TV level, and he's played Dumbledore in the Fantastic Beasts series.
Yeah,
so
be great.
Interesting.
From that, and then you kind of got like a youngish Dumbledore. If you want to learn about his history, go back and watch those films. They're all right. And then
there's some great videos on heavy spoilers too about that too, about Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah.
I got a hot take here. Gary Oldman for Harry Potter. Just putting it out there.
Okay, you could do it.
And he does it on his knees.
Whoa, Sean.
That's for you, Mike. I know you get tiptoes, Joe. Right.
So Sean,
I get told I look like Gary Oldman all the time, so I could play Gary Oldman. Yeah.
Okay. I'd be down. I get the Paul Rudd thing.
You know,
so we got Paul Rudd and we got Gary Oldman here. And then GR is, of course, George Washington. So
Paul's throwing himself in the ring. Just whoever's listening out there, directors, producers, Paul's trying to. Okay,
Paul's available. He's ready. He's local hype. Sean, quickly before we end this up, man. John Lithgow, Gary Oldman, how you feeling there, Sean, about this?
I think give John Lithgow as much work as he can. The man's an institution. Let him be there. I think he'll do great with the role. I honestly like. I was just thinking about this. I loved his role in Planet of the Apes remake. He was great.
Damn right.
He was fucking wonderful. Give John Lithgow whatever you want. Give him all the money. Give him all the roles. You know, I'll see him in a Mentos commercial. I'll take more John Lithgow. Yeah.
So one more thing, Paul, before I go. We're talking about age. There was this whole rumor. I don't know if you saw this about Denzel Washington coming in to Marvel to be playing Magneto, and we were talking about age about that too. Is that a good thing?
Yeah. I mean, he's a great actor. Yeah, I just don't know. I think Magneto, I just always associate with I don't know if you'll get demonetized if I even say his origin story, but I just kind of always associate with that. Yeah, I mean, Magneto's kind of someone that I think you need to also cast Professor X in mind with when you cast him, so you kind of have the two actors together. Yeah, so it just depends who's as good as Denzel Washington. Like Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen, they came up together in like theatre and stuff, and it just made so much sense to have these two actors doing it. So yeah, I mean, I'd be totally down for Denzel if he wanted to do it.
GR, very quickly, Dumbledore, Lithgow? Come on, man, one more time. Anything? We're talking about age.
I Hey, no age jokes. I mean, he's older than me, and that's a rarity in this business. But I think he could carry the role. And I'll stretch his telomeres, and he'll live to be 150. So who cares?
There we go, GR. There we go. And they've been casting for a long time for Harry Potter, Hermione, and also Ron. They've been working on that, and we've been waiting to hear about this. I will still say, I really hope that, again, we have Gary Oldman in here. And I'll take John Lithgow, too. He's fucking fantastic. Let's make it happen, guys. I'm excited to see where it goes, but it's going to be exciting regardless. But anyways, everybody, thank you for being here on Kruse Control, everybody. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Hope you had a good time as always. Happy to have everybody here for our 300th episode. It's been fantastic. I got to thank the man, the myth, the legend himself, Paul from Heavy Spoilers. Thank you, Paul, for being here on Kruse Control. I hope you had a great time, Paul.
I had a question.
Thank you, Paul.
Okay, maybe you can't do it.
Thank you.
And tell everybody where to find you one more time before you take off here, Paul.
Heavy spoilers. What was your question going to be? Sorry.
Angela, what do you got for him?
Well, I just wanted to ask Paul before you head off, like, answer however you want. But I know, like, you've talked a lot about I've seen your channel and like shows you've been talking about with kind of like passion for stuff and everything, and you have obviously tons of this for this what you're doing right now. Like, I guess kind of like, what are you looking to like evolve like with it in that what you're already doing in like a new way? Is there something that you're looking to do? Like, do you like doing collaborations like this? Do you like having like kind of like a tribe doing things with you? Do you like doing things more solo? Kind of like, what are things that you're looking to do?
I do like doing things more solo and having some hand in the management, but even with the James Bond shoot, I've really been just enjoying kind of piecing that all together. And I mean, we've shot like 5 videos ahead, but we did it all on one day and just kind of worked out all the logistics for stuff. But then we're going back and refilming certain bits. So just more the production side of it, which I'm really enjoying, because I'm trying to take it beyond just my bedroom and actually get out and do it and do something that other channels aren't necessarily doing. Yeah.
So that's good. So you like doing the more autonomously. You got really good stuff out there. So it was fun to talk to you, and I was just curious what your plans are for moving on and upward and moving forward.
Hopefully. I'll probably fail, but
you're not going to fail.
Happy to have you here, Paul. As always, it's fun.
Super fun. Always fun hanging with all you guys.
We do crazy stuff here, though, Paul. We're a crazy show. We're having good. We're doing as fast as we can, having a good time. I hope you had fun.
Yeah, I did. No, thank you so much for having me on.
Yeah, thank you for making this happen, man.
And I won as well.
Yeah, thank you, Paul.
Yeah,
great to meet you.
Yeah, good to have you here, man. Thank you for being here, as always. Also, of course, Angela, thank you for being here. Appreciate you, Angela. Hope you have a good rest of your, I was going to say Valentine's Day. No, other day. It's good. See you, Paul.
Well, thank you. It was good to be here. Nice to meet you, Paul. Hopefully we'll see you again sometime. In our fun and wild
400. Write it down.
400. We'll pencil you in for 400. Make it happen. Thank you for being here. Sean, thank you for being here as well, too. Hope you had a good time, Sean, as always, a resident comic book connoisseur.
Thank you, guys. It's a blast. It's nice to be back. Nice to talk comics with you guys.
Good seeing you, bud.
Thirsty Daddy, thank you as always. Hope you had a good time, GR.
Always. It was quite marvelous talking to Paul. Hear a voice from home is always good.
Always good.
From Hartlepool. Shout out to Hartlepool.
Shout out.
Quick call.
I say to them, they have no clue what Hartlepool is or was.
We're landing
this ship. Yanks, it was the shipbuilding capital of England back in the day.
We're landing this ship, GR.
Thank you.
Angela, before we land this ship, what do you think?
Said, when I'm in the UK, Aston Martin ride, it's on you. I'm going to DM you.
Okay.
That's the end of that, okay?
Yeah.
It's going down.
007, it's happening. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you all.
Wherever you are.
Thanks again, Paul.
Thanks, Paul. Appreciate you, Paul. Paul at FE Spoilers, everybody. Check out his channel now. Get in there, subscribe, like all of his videos. He's always doing fantastic breakdowns. Happy to have him here on Kruse Control for the very first time. Can't thank you enough, Paul. Happy Monday. Happy Monday night. I know you got to go to bed soon, too. So thank you for taking time out of your day and being here on our channel. It means a lot to us. It really does. So thank you, Paul. Thank you.
I appreciate it. Nice meeting you as well.
Nice meeting you.
Twins' birthday. Have fun for your twins' birthday tomorrow.
Yeah, thank you. I will do. I won't.
Don't party too much, Paul.
Yeah, no. GR's gonna be partying tonight. That's what GR does.
Yeah.
But as always, everybody, you gotta like and subscribe. You gotta join our Patreon if you can. And as always, everybody, keep spreading that love. You gotta tell our friends, your family, your uncles, your aunts, your grandmas, your grandpas, your great grandmas and grandparents that flew down from Jupiter Land, smacked down in GR's backyard. He bitch slapped them. They landed over in the UK in Paul's backyard. He's like, "What are you guys been doing here? What's happening?" There's some chinchillas, beavers, and bears that pop into there. They fly over to Sean's backyard over in Minneapolis. They smack down there. They're at the wrong place. In the wrong place, but they're there. They go to Angela. Bam, they pop over there. Mike catches them midair. They smack down in Australia. There's kangaroos, beavers, bears, koala bears, and watch out for those fucking chinchillas and chills there too. And they're all dominating the world, but they're subscribing to Kruse Control, and you can too. So keep that number going. Watch out for those postal services. They bring the kangaroos. They bring the chinchillas and those chickens that will peck at somebody's private parts. GR. I'm just saying.
No,
until next time, everybody, have a great night. We'll see you back on Hump Day for our Hump Day edition of Kruse Control. But until then, everybody, take care of yourself. Happy President's Day. Thank you. 300 and 300 more. But until next time, everybody, see ya.